Say goodbye to city life and say howdy to Hooterville, TV Land's hometown.
Smell that air.
In a recent survey of TV Land towns, Hooterville ranked an exceptional 172nd overall, coming in first in indigestion, 99th in recreation, and 214th in sanitation.
Wipe your feet, Fred.
Why don't you wipe yours?
Because I don't own a pig farm.
Hooterville. It's why Green Acres is the place to be every night on Nick at Night.
Here's a wonderful new idea for Christmas fun. Now you can turn your home into a window wonderland with the magic of glass wax and a set of these easy-to-use cut-out stencils for glass wax. Why, it's so easy a child can do it. Just pour regular glass wax into a dish. Dip in a sponge and simply dab over one of the stencil designs. Put a jolly Santa like this on your windows in a matter of seconds. Or Christmas trees, wreaths, Santa and his reindeer. All the lovely signs of Christmas that will make your home a window wonderland. All through the magic of glass wax and a set of these cut-out stencils for glass wax. Buy your set of Christmas stencils wherever you buy regular glass wax. Beautiful holiday designs to help make a window wonderland at your home this Christmas.
Green Acres, brought to you by Joy, the dishwashing liquid that gets dishes so clean you can see yourself. Joy.
Sitcom, all ye faithful, a Christmas podcast special. And for the fifth time I discussed 25 Christmas sitcom episodes. Please come and listen as we count down to Christmas. You should see Mr. Wilson, Tom Hanks and Danny Thomas. Sherman Helmsley will return and we head back to Springfield. We're definitely spending Christmas in Springfield.
Christmas!
Green Acres is the place for me. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. Hey, New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy day 3 of Sitcom, all ye faithful. Where today I felt like having an old-fashioned Christmas. And to do that, I went back and watched an episode actually called An Old-Fashioned Christmas from December 21st, 1966. That's almost 60 years ago. I'm talking about the season 2 episode of the comedy classic Green Acres. Green Acres originally ran from 1965 to 1971, has 170 episodes, and the nice thing is that you know the premise right away by listening to the theme song. IMDb says a New York City attorney and his wife attempt to live as genteel farmers in the bizarre community of Hooterville. I remember this show being on Nick at Night. I think it was one of the shows my dad introduced me to, and I half remembered it. I don't think I watched many episodes, but I remember it being funny, and I remember there being a pig that became very famous, Arnold the Pig. But two things that I made up in my head. One, that Arnold talked for some reason. I think maybe I got Arnold mixed up with Babe. And two, that it was more of a farcical show, almost like a Naked Gun kind of parody, like overly goofy type show. And it wasn't like that at all. It was just like zany. You have these, fairly like normal city folk dealing with the zaniness of this local Hooterville town. You have Eddie Albert and Ava Gabor, probably both most famously known for this as husband and wife. Then, of course, he wants to be a farmer. She doesn't want to be a farmer. She wants city life. I mean, that's what she says. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. I've been saying that all day. It really seems like the type of show you could drop in at any episode and just pick up and get right into it. I mean, I don't remember any of the names of people except the only name that stood out was Mr. Haney. That sounded familiar to me. Everyone else, actually, I shouldn't say that. Ziffel. The Ziffels, because that's Arnold Ziffel's parents, the people who own him, adopted him, his parents, whatever it is, which was interesting that these people are so old. Now there's it looked like there was a 20-something year difference between them, but the wife was born in 1915 and the husband, Hank Patterson, was born in 1888. So he was born, in the late 1800s, and now he's on a hit television show as an old man. That's how old these shows are, where the old people are my dad was in the Civil War kind of thing. It's wild. Now, Mr. Haney, I just kind of did his voice because he was done by the famous actor and voice actor Pat Buttram. Did a ton of Disney stuff, but for me, the first thing I think of when I heard his voice was his appearance in Back to the Future Part 3.
If everybody's got one of these does anybody walk or run anymore?
Of course we run, but for recreation, for fun.
Run for fun? What the hell kind of fun is that?
I think that and the voice work he did in the old Robin Hood Disney animated film, those are the things that I think of when I think of Pat Buttram's name, or voice, I should say, because I didn't even know his name, Pat Buttram. But when you say Mr. Haney, well, that sounds like that is something that's kind of in the zeitgeist of popular culture. Even though this episode is almost 60 years old. I looked it up. Everybody's gone. Everybody in the cast. The youngest guy that I saw was still a young man. He died 5 years ago. So I think the Arnold, the pig, Mrs. Ziffel, she passed away in the 60s. Not too long after this. Actually, she didn't even make it out of the show. Now that I think about it, the other guy, Hank, the guy who was from the 1800s, he made it, to the 70s. And there's some people have made it, all the way to the 2020. That's the last one I saw. I think Eddie Albert, he only passed away, within this century. I'll put it that way. It might have been the last decade, but he lived quite a long life as well. I didn't realize he was nominated for a couple of Oscars. I see Eddie Albert. I think of him probably from being in commercials and for this. Probably his most famous thing. Now, the show, the premise of the show is they're city folk in the country life, which is the opposite of the Beverly Hillbillies. I think they had an overlap, a connection between the two of them. So I think they exist in the same universe. So the fun thing is seeing these city folk in the boonies, basically, like that Funny Farm with Chevy Chase, kind of like that same kind of premise. But this originated it. But in this episode, we actually flash back a couple of years while they still live in New York, and they're on a street corner where a guy is selling painted Christmas trees, different colors painted, and I think at one point they were fake or false, and Oliver, the main man, Eddie Albert's character, he was adamant on wanting a regular plain tree, a real tree. And Lisa, Ava Gabor, why do you want a real tree? He's like, well, would you want a fake diamond or a real diamond? She's like, a real diamond. Exactly. I'm getting a real diamond. No, I'm just using that as an example. But basically, he says, someday I'm going to own a farm and I'm going to cut down my own Christmas tree. Flash forward to current time in 1966, and there they are on the farm going to cut down the perfect Christmas tree. But they find out, or Oliver finds out, that you're going to do that, you might as well enjoy your time in prison, because Mr. Haney was trying to sell a radio tie, and it's literally a tie that has a transistor in it, so you could listen to your radio stations. And He's like, it'll keep you company in prison. What? Because it turns out that you cannot chop down trees for conservation reasons. It's against the law to chop down a tree. So he's like, that's preposterous. It's on my land. It's my tree. So he needs to go figure out more about this. He doesn't believe it quite yet. So he goes and sees Sam Drucker, who sells fake trees, but they squirt pine juice so they could smell like pine. He goes, it's better than the real thing. They're like, who would ever cut down a tree? That's crazy. Like, it's funny that you think all these people would have their own tree, but they look at him weird for wanting to cut down his own tree. That's when you see Hank Kimball. I'm sorry, not Hank Kimball. That's when you see Fred Ziffel for the first time, and he's like, get me one of them trees. He really wants it. He took the tree. Oh, and also the plastic candy canes. And of course, Oliver's like, you need real candy canes. You need a real tree. That's how Christmas should be. Meanwhile, Lisa is getting ready for the old-fashioned Christmas. She doesn't know anything about the tree yet, I don't think. And she wants to make a fruitcake. So Ed Dawson, maybe he plays like the young dumb guy. I don't know if all these people are regulars, but he comes over, helps her wrap a gift for him, and then the gift starts talking. She got him one of the radio ties for Mr. Haney. So I thought that was a funny thing. And she had no idea how to make fruitcake. She just put fruit into a cake, and I guess maybe it's an ongoing joke that she is terrible at cooking because they made comments about that. So just looking it up, yes. So obviously, Eddie Albert and Ava Gabor were in all 170 episodes, and that guy, Tom Lester, played Eb Dawson, not Ed. Eb. He was in 150 episodes. Mr. Haney on 147. So who did they talk to? These, like, maybe they had people overlap, and maybe they had people who were on like later seasons, like Smiley Burnett was in 8 episodes. Okay. Eleanor Audrey played Mother Eunice Douglas. Roy Trindle, like all these different people probably overlapped with the city folk. But Barbara Pepper, who played Doris Ziffel, she passed away, so she was only in 30 episodes, while Hank was through the whole thing. He made it to 85 episodes. I'm sorry, Hank Patterson plays Fred Ziffel, but then Alvy Moore plays Hank Kimball. So he was like the town representative. He seemed kind of dumb too. Eddie had to go to him to get a permit. He's like, let's not beat around the bush. And he goes, okay, you want a permit for bush beating? He's like, what? No, what are you talking about? He wants it for cutting down a tree. He gets it. He's able to cut down the tree. And then everyone comes to his house because they're all excited. They'd never seen like an actual tree before. And they brought Arnold over because he wanted to see the tree too. They got Arnold the fake tree and taught him how to press this button to make the pine juice on the tree, like so it really smelled like real tree. But then he freaked out and ran away. He did not like it. But it ended with everyone at the Douglas house, and they're like, oh, Mr. Douglas, did you want to sing a song and use your guitar? He's like, I don't even know what my guitar is. He goes, it's right here where you left it, and you told me you wanted me to get it for you if you wanted to sing. You know, like he's downplaying the fact that he wanted to sing some Christmas songs. Yeah, that was pretty much this is interesting. In IMDb, they also credit Eleanor the cow, uncredited, and Arnold the pig is Arnold Ziffel, also uncredited. I'm almost afraid to click on Arnold the piggy in the IMDb. He was actually, it says Arnold the piggy was in fact 4 different pigs who played Arnold Ziffel in the 6 seasons of the TV series Green Acres from 1965 to 1971. The first Arnold was a male pig, and the next 3 were female. And then, for some reason, when you go to that website, when you go to their IMDb page, it says Arnold the Pig, known for Petticoat Junction, Green Acres, different, and Return to Green Acres. What is this? Return to Green Acres. In 1990, there was a television movie, this made-for-TV movie that reunites most of the show's cast. The Douglases moved back to New York, but when Mr. Haney tries to get everyone's property so that a developer can build on them, the residents go to New York to get Oliver to help him. But he's a little hesitant. So they literally return to Green Acres. Wait, is Mr. Haney the villain? I'm going to take all your land and make you go live in the streets. the fact that this was in 1990, like this is a show from the 60s, and yes, it made it to the 70s, but the fact that they brought it back in 1990, and like I'm going through it, I'm fully expecting to see Gilbert Gottfried as one of the actors in this. Nope, he's not there. Like I'm expecting to see some sort of like 80s TV staple person, but it looks like most of it's the cast, the who all survived. Oh, and Tippi Hedren's in it. Tippi Hedren from The Birds, right? Isn't that what she's from? And Frank Welker. Frank Welker, a very, very well-known, famous voice actor who's done everything from Scooby-Doo to Transformers to Futurama. I mean, the guy's done just about anything there is to do with voice acting. His IMDb has over 900 credits. If you know anything about anything with animation, you know who Frank Welker is. So I mentioned Eddie Albert Academy Award nominations. I just wanted to mention what they were. For Roman Holiday in 1953 and The Heartbreak Kid in 1972. It says other notable film roles, Oklahoma, The Tea House of August Moon, never heard of it. Captain Newman, MD, never heard of it. The Longest Yard, I think it was the warden in that. And Escape to Witch Mountain. But again, he's, to me, always known as the dude from Green Acres. So if you want to watch this episode, it looks like Green Acres is available in a bunch of different places, but the whole episode is on YouTube. And it's not like someone, just ripped it and put it online like some of these old shows. This is on the YouTube, like official YouTube TV and movies section, so it's officially licensed. You're going to get a very good quality, transition of a 60-year-old television show. And I think as good as anywhere else. I think it's on Tubi. It might be on Pluto, but to me, the ads are much easier to deal with on YouTube because you can skip them most of the time. When you're watching Tubi and the other ones, it's like you're just sitting there and waiting for them to end. So I put a link to it in the show notes. And if you're on the show notes, if you're on the actual webpage, Fans Not Experts, there's a player right there on this episode. You can actually watch the full episode directly right there. So that is it. I think I covered it. I can't think of much else to say. It was a fun show. I chuckled. I smiled a lot. It's a silly show. It is literally like a fish out of water with these wild characters. But at the same time, his wife is like a bit of a wild character herself. Like she's not a plain Jane, like boring, like stuffy person who needs to deal with the country folk. She's just wild or silly in her own way because she's the city folk. Where Eddie Albert, I feel like, is mostly the straight man for everyone else to go around and have and be fun and silly. And that's what it was. It was fun and silly, and definitely a classic TV show for a reason. And I think that's it. I think I nailed it. I did. So listen. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about another Christmas sitcom because that's what we're doing for 25 straight days. But until then, you can follow me on all the socials at Geek Mentality, except TikTok, which is Geek Mentality Mike. The Facebook page is Fans Not Experts. The YouTube channel is Fans Not Experts. That's because the website where all my podcasts are found is fansnotexperts.com. That is it. I am done. I will see you tomorrow, my friends. But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time. And I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans Not Experts.
You are my wife.